Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be having a look at next Tuesday's meeting. Of course, it's the Lexus of Darwin Melbourne Cup Day, which this year is the 3rd of November. With a focus fairly and squarely on the big 2-miler at Flemington, Darwin will nevertheless have something that Flemington won't. A bumper crowd on course at Fanny Bay to enjoy a 6-race card with some 41 acceptors. Even though the fields are not large in size, there promises to be some excellent racing, and we will again see the now 2-time top-end horse of the year, the Captain, who will attempt to win the day's feature, the Lexus of Darwin Weight for Age, for the 3rd successive year. The first race on Tuesday is the Lexus Experience Amazing Handicap. It's a 0 to 76 event and it's over 1,300 metres. It is time to go at 1:52 p.m. Northern Territory time, or about 20 minutes after the running of the Melbourne Cup. And in the opener, my numbers are 3, 2 and 4. Well, Phil Cole really holds the key to this. It's a field of 6 and he has no less than 5 of them engaged. So not surprisingly, I've got him on top here with number 3, Vunavalu, to take it out. Wayne Davis aboard. I don't think there's going to be a lot of pace in this race, and I think Vunavalu, even though it's up to 1,300 metres, might get a soft lead. He has won at the trip before, so he's proven at 1,300, and in this small field with not a lot of pace, I can see him rolling along at the top in the hands of WD and being very hard to catch. 3 on top for me, ahead of his stablemate number 2, Salty, to be ridden by Alice Lindsay. Won his last 2, so looking for a hat-trick of wins, Salty, and racing really well. Up in grade a little bit on Tuesday, but that said, is doing everything right and sure to race well again. And in for 3rd, the stablemate of both those horses, number 4, Warface. I thought it was a really good run the other day behind Mr. Boom Jangles. Vanessa Arnott takes the mount, and Wayne Davis was on the other day, but Ness goes on, and I'm sure Warface will be hitting the line strongly over the 1,300. Numbers in the first, 3, 2 and 4. The second's the NT Tyre Service Trobus Handicap, 0 to 58, and this one also over the 1,300 metres. One of our bigger fields of the day. 8 should go to the post in this one. My numbers here, 4, 7 and 5. I'm going here with maybe a little bit of a roughie, and that's number 4, Immutable. Jared Todd aboard for Cherie Lawler. Last 2 runs have been good. A 3rd at Catherine, then a 3rd last time out behind Patriot Day. Both of those were in 0 to 64 grade, and this is a drop back to the 58 company. This horse is an open horse. He's won some 7 races, and he's actually a bit of a trendsetter. He's one of the first horses, in fact, the first horse, to be an open horse allowed to race back in the 0 to 58 grade and the benchmark 54 grade. That comes into effect on the 1st of November. So maybe Immutable can get back in the winning thread now that he's able to race back in a 58 grade. I've got him on top, number 4. To beat number 7, She Shines Bright, trained by Pat Johnson and Stan Sakos in the saddle. Good second last time out behind Mini Boom. Goes up and trip, does She Shines Bright, and I don't think that'll worry the horse the way it hit the line the other day. I think it can race well again in what's a tricky little affair. And in for 3rd, number 5, Exact Replica, Alice Lindsay for Phil Cole. Really impressive winning its maiden here just the other day, the 24th of October. Won by nearly 8 lengths on that occasion. Up in grade, but certainly on its showing last time out, must be very hard to beat again. 4, 7 and 5 in the second. The third's the feature, the Lexus of Darwin Weight for Age. It's for the open class sprinters. It's over the 1,200 metres at Weight for Age. Only a 5-horse field here. Gary Clark holds the key here. He has 4 of the 5 engaged, the other one being the Gary Lafoe trained Alisac. But not surprisingly, going with the Clark trained runners on top, 5, 2 and 1. Number 5, the Captain, he certainly looks the horse to beat. He's an old marvel, the 2-time horse of the year, as we mentioned earlier. He's won this race the last 2 years, and I fully expect him in the hands of Jared Todd to win it again. 5 on top. To beat one of his stablemates, number 2, Divine Red. Good to see this horse back in winning form last time out. Kimmy Gladwin goes in the saddle this time. Jared opting to ride the Captain, not surprisingly, and got Divine Red in to run second. And in for 3rd, number 1, Alisac, trained by Gary Lafoe. As we mentioned, Vanessa Arnott aboard. Was 3rd the other day behind Divine Red. I thought that was a pretty good effort, although was beaten a fair way, 8 1/4 lengths on that occasion. But in this small field, I can see it hitting the line strongly. 5, 2 and 1 in the day's feature. The 4th, the Electrical Supply Solutions Maiden. It's for the non-winners. It's over the 1,200 metres and another field of 8 to face the starter here. I'm going with the numbers of 2, 6 and 1. Number 2 on top for me, Crazy Suspect, to be ridden by Adam Nichols, and this one trained by Gary Lafoe. Last start second behind Exact Replica was pretty good. I know it was beaten a long way on that occasion, but it certainly had the rest pretty well covered, and obviously no Exact Replicas to take on this week, and Crazy Suspect I think can break through for a well-deserved win. 2 on top. To beat number 6 Bella Rubino from the Phil Cole stable, Wayne Davis aboard. Was a good third during the carnival, actually pre-carnival. Second it was, in fact, behind Kowloon Kid. Then it had another run, another couple of runs, and was pretty disappointing. Phil's freshened the horse up and did give it a trial the other day, and I thought it trialled pretty well, so I can see it going a bold race in a fresh state. And in for third, number 1 Arthur Crown. Cherie Lawlett and Kimmy Gladwin, the combination. Its last 2 runs in maiden grade behind Mini Boom and Exact Replica have been really good, so it's knocking on the door. 2, 6 and 1 in the 4th. The 5th, the BTC Constructions Handicap, the Class 2 event over 1,100 metres. A field of 7 here. My numbers are 5, 2 and 3. Well, she's done nothing wrong, has she, Mini Boom? 2 starts in Darwin, 2 impressive wins, 1 by 6 lengths, 1 by just short of 3 lengths. That last win was in Class 2 company. This is a Class 2. Wayne Davis retains the association for Phil Cole, and the way she's going to take a power of beating. 1,100 last time, 1,100 when she won her maiden 2 starts back, so the trip's no impediment. 5 on top. To beat 2 Crazy Lad, Jared Todd for Gary Lafoe. Consistent type. Won a race here on the 23rd of May, and since then has been placed on all 4 occasions. The last time out was the 3rd behind Frilly Design, and sure to be hard to beat again. And in for 3rd, a newcomer to Darwin, Dizzy Miss Lizzie, number 3, trained by Gary Clark, and Kimmy Gladwin in the saddle. It's had 22 starts in its career, and 12 times it's finished in the first 3, so certainly has some ability. Formerly trained in New South Wales, having its first run on the track. 5, 2 and 3 in the 5th. And the last is the John de Cluett Memorial. It's a 0 to 64. This one over the 1,600 metres. We've had a few of these 1,600 events to finish the day in our last couple of meetings, and the results been the same. Fort Knox has won the last 2, and I think he'll win the last again. 5, 4 and 2, my numbers. Gary Clark, Jared Todd, Fort Knox, they've been a formidable combination just recently. He won last time out in 0 to 70 grade, would you believe, by 14.5 lengths. This is actually a 64, so he's going down in grade, and he won last time by 14.5 lengths. Really hard to see him beaten. His previous win was by 6 lengths in 0 to 58 grade. Fort Knox on top, number 5. To beat number 4, Count of Essex, the stablemate. The step from 1,300 metres to 1,600 should suit. Terry Treichel visiting from Alice Springs. He takes the mount, and Count of Essex, if he has one of his going days, he'll be very competitive here. And in for 3rd, number 2, number 1 Star, trained by Dick Leach, Adam Nichols aboard. It's only had the 1 start in Darwin, finished 6th behind Patriot Day last time out, but was only beaten 5 lengths, and I think the step from the 1,100 up to the mile should suit. 5, 4 and 2 in the last on what promises to be a great day, Melbourne Cup Day. The best bets of the day, I've come up with another couple here. We got them right last week, so we'll see if we can do it again. Race 3, number 5, the Captain. You won't get rich, but he should be winning. And in the last, race 6, number 5, once again, you won't be able to retire, but number 5, Fort Knox. So race 3, number 5, race 6, number 5, the Captain and Fort Knox. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, but we'll be back again in advance of our next meeting, which will be Saturday the 14th of November. But incidentally, even though the field for the Melbourne Cup has yet to be released, I'm keen on Cox Plate winner Sir Dragonet, the Caulfield Cup runner-up in Anthony Von Dyke, and the favourite Tiger Moth, and the best of the locals, Surprise Baby. In the meantime, enjoy Melbourne Cup Day. Should be a cracker. Good luck and good punting.